This drawing or painting, if you like, is basically a caricature. So is it anatomically correct? No, it really isn't. Would it have helped me to study human anatomy and find out exactly where the eyes, the nose, the mouth go on a person's face in order to draw this caricature? I don't think so. So what is my purpose here? My purpose is to get a drawing that can be recognized as Samina Farooqi, who is the person that I'm drawing, and a drawing in which you can tell that these are parrots, but not necessarily exactly which ones, and a drawing in which it's clear that despite the fact that I have her arm quite a bit too short, these parrots are sitting on Samina's arm. And I think I achieved all of that. And the question is, what would have helped to make this a better drawing? Well, when we draw something, we can just look at what we see and try to render it. It helps if someone knows angles and is familiar with geometry and is able to see the angles in a picture and faithfully reproduce them, even if the drawing is not exactly the same size as your original. Now, I'm not very good at geometry. I'm not very good at drawing straight lines or correct angles. But what's important in a caricature is really the relationship between the nose, the mouth, and the eyes, and something about the basic shape of the nose and eyes of the particular character that we're drawing. It's not about human anatomy, it's about the anatomy of a particular human, because we want to get their character. We want to get their character without necessarily getting all of the details correct. So there are many ways in which this caricature of Samina diverges from the photo of Samina that I was looking at, but I think that what we get is something recognizable, something about her smile, something about the shape of her nose, something about her eyes, the light in her eyes, the way her eyebrows are, the expression on her face, everything about her that is important in order to recognize her, we have without necessarily having any of the details down correctly. Now, if I'm drawing parrots, does it make sense that I should first of all learn about parrot anatomy? Do you think that that's really the most successful way that we can draw all beings, is first of all to look at a skeleton of the being and find out what all the proportions are? Well, that would be the case if we are trying to draw in a photorealistic way. And even there, that's not necessarily how we do it. I mean, if you're drawing a still life, if you're drawing oranges or apples, do you have to know what the core of the apple looks like, or what the orange looks like on the inside if you're never going to peel it? Or can you just learn something about shading and about values and about how the thing looks on the outside without necessarily knowing what's on the inside? So I've had these comments about studying anatomy. I'm not saying that studying anatomy isn't a very profitable venture. It's always good to learn more about the structure of a human being, and especially if you're going to practice medicine, but not necessarily if you are a caricature artist and what you're interested in is being faithful to the character that you're drawing and not necessarily knowing what their skull looks like underneath. So I hope you enjoyed this drawing. It's basically a drawing that I made in ink and then colored in watercolor. And it gives you a view of Samina Farooqi, who was the first intern for Project Bow and who clearly very much loves all animals. So if you like this video, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell icon for notifications.